my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. I had taken some time off. Yes, I said to myself, take a little break, Fums. Mom and Dad are in town, so Adrian is enjoying his grandparents and they're spoiling him like crazy. And I have just been working literally every day for over a year, almost like 2 years, back to back to back. Plus, of course, I'm trying to get this brand out for Christmas for you guys. So it has been intense. But when I tell you, I got about 300 requests about this particular topic with Funky Dineva, to the point that when I saw the messages, I was like, what happened to him? What happened to him? Because I like him and I watch him and I've been watching him for a very long time. And I know that he's on TGIF with Al as well as Claudia. I was a little scared. I was like, I can't take bad news. Anyway, let us kind of start from the beginning so that we can really deep dive and unpack all of this. Chloe and Hailey Bailey are sisters. They're beautiful girls. And I know that Beyonce was very much a mentor for them. Of course, Hailey Bailey did The Little Mermaid, which was a huge success. And we have seen them grow up. And I'm going to stop there for 1 minute. I have also seen Britney Spears grow up. I've also seen Miley Cyrus grow up. So many of these Disney children grow up because a lot of them came from Disney. And it's been wonderful to see them go on to do wonderful things. Part of growing up is to make mistakes. If there was any time to make any kind of mistakes, is when you're young. I am 54. So Chloe and Hailey are very much like my children. Growing up is tough, even for children that are not in the limelight. It is very, very hard in this day and age. If it comes to modeling, to acting, to singing, anything at all, because this big factor called social media is very much alive. YouTube started in 2005, I think. We had Twitter, 2007. We had Facebook, 2009. Instagram, 2012, 13. I don't remember exactly. But you have all of these platforms where everybody gets a say-so about you that doesn't know about your life. And it is tough. If the 25-year-old me walked by in front of me, I couldn't recognize her. Not physically, but I'm talking about mentally. I could not recognize her. She wouldn't recognize me. I think the 25-year-old me would look at me, the 54-year-old me, and say, oh wow, in amazement. I'm just putting out all of the butterflies, all of the colors out there. And so, Hailey has a boyfriend that is not loved upon very much. He's not liked for one reason or the other. It doesn't matter what the reason is, but he's not liked. If Hailey was my daughter and she was dating a boyfriend I didn't like, I have to let her go through the motions. I have to let her go through the motions of making mistakes because that's how you learn. She has to date so that way she can now distinguish who is good for her and who is not good for her. There's no other way you're going to find out unless you have those frogs that you're going to kiss. Okay? I was pregnant with Adrian and I kept it quiet for 8 months. Every pregnancy is different. Every single pregnancy. You even have mothers, I'm sure, drop it down in the comment section, who will tell you that even their pregnancies were different from one to the other. Their first pregnancy was different from the second to the third to the fourth. Mine was different because I was an older mom and I wanted it to be quiet because we really tried so hard for Adrian. I'm also 5'9", so I'm a very tall woman. And so the baby has more room inside of your tummy because you've got this length as opposed to a petite woman. And so nobody knew. I think one person said, "Auntie Fumi, your breathing is funny. I hope you're okay." And my sister came to see me, Ronke. You guys know her. She lives out in New York with 2 beautiful girls of her own. And she said, "Fumi, I can understand if you wanted it to be quiet, because what I was going to do was not say anything and just show you Adrian and say, this is my baby." And she said, "Fumi, I'm your sister. And you came to the airport to pick me up in high heels, makeup, hair, everything. Of course, a loose-fitting dress. Not that I have anything this time around or whatever. And I would never have known you were pregnant. If you do that, they will say that you had surrogacy. I strongly suggest that you let Fumi Nation know that you're expecting a child." And that was how I announced my pregnancy at 8 months. I say that because pregnancy for women is it's a very intimate, it's a very, very, very intimate relationship. You're going to pass from being really a single carefree woman to a woman that is going to be responsible for another human being. It can be extremely overwhelming for a multiple of reasons. You can also have difficulty with the pregnancy. Perhaps you are not yet there mentally to say to yourself, you know what, I'm about to have a child. I don't think that one should speculate about anybody's pregnancy. Unless you tell me that you are expecting, I won't ask, I will not suspect. It's not my place, because it's your place to enjoy your pregnancy, and when you're ready, you come out and you tell us. The best time I had when I was pregnant was when it was just Ula and I, and the world did not know. I needed that time, and I'm so happy that I took it. And when I was ready to announce, I was ready to announce it. Because then you are bombarded with all kinds of questions, and sometimes you just don't really, want to answer them, or you haven't thought that far. So Haley apparently looks as if she might be pregnant.
You're so pretty. I love your outfit. I'm sorry. Like, you're super soft. It's a video. Do something cute. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much.
Looks as if she might be pregnant. On TGIF, of which I watch, and I love all 3 of them. I love the banter between them, the energies between them. Claudia, Al, like I said, Al used to be married to Star Jones, and of course Funky Dineva, Quintin, who has a wonderful channel and a graduate as well, and I consider him really to be very much a pleasant individual. I do. I also don't like to talk about other YouTubers unless it's something positive and I'm, bringing them forward. So I struggled with this because I really almost couldn't even, look, I'm still getting them as I'm talking to you, And so I struggled with it. But I decided to do it because I support women. I'm a supporter of my sisters. I always have. And so that overrides that. I'm also black. In case you haven't noticed. And I do see a lot of... I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I've heard it and it's true. the black woman is the most disrespected woman. It's true. I see it a lot. And that has made me more courageous to speak up when you do have to speak up. So what happened? The topic came up on TGIF, where Claudia asked Al what he thought about Haley, being pregnant. I missed a bit, I beg your pardon. And so the speculation of Haley being pregnant was, swimming all over social media. And her beautiful sister, Chloe, came onto social media, IG, I think, and said, keep my sister's name out of your mouth. I think she was on a live or something, and the comments were just buzzing about your sister, your sister, your sister. And she said, keep my sister's name out of your mouth.
And y'all better keep my sister's name out your mouth. Thank you.
I sit here, and if you were talking about Ronke, I would have said the same thing without hesitation. She's my sister. She's my younger sister. I'm going to protect her. On top of which, you're being nosy. None of your business. When we'll tell you, we'll tell you. All of these things would have gone through my mind. And I think also, because it does happen even to me, somebody might have made a very not so nice comment. And she might have been zeroing in on that and said, keep my sister's name out of your mouth. So I go back to where Claudia asked Al. And Al went ahead and gave his opinion on the matter. And then Q was asked. I like Q. I like Quentin. I do like him. And I was just so... I was surprised at his reaction. He paused before he went on to, talk about Chloe, and then insisted on talking about the sister that she is expecting, that this, that, and the other. I played for you.
Stories about Haley. I can officially say I don't like her. Chloe Bailey is so goddamn lame to me. First of all, girl, you were Miss Preppy Ashley from the suburbs. Then you came out, you was being all promiscuous and shit. And then now you trying to be a gangster. None of it is fucking believable, girl. None of it is believable. And I'm probably gonna catch a lot of backlash for this. And without that makeup, she ain't cute. She should have never showed up on that camera with that fat ass face without no makeup. She ain't cute. You're not believable. You're so goddamn inauthentic. That's why your shit ain't selling. All right. That's number one. Number two, I don't like people playing in our face, right? The girl is clearly pregnant.
Do you see what I mean? It became, it looked very personal. It was interesting. It was very personal. He was very angry about the situation. And I was surprised because I did not know at any stage why we should be so heavily invested in anybody like that. And I think that I would have liked Q. You see, it hits different when it's one of your own. It does hit different. It's like the tummy's here and there's a stone that just falls. It's heavier to carry because it's my own black brother. And where I'm at in life, I have to always remember, Fumi, you're the big sister. You're the big sister to Chloe. You're the big sister to Harley. I'm 54. I think Quentin is in his 40s, so I'm like a bigger sister to him. So you are there to explain and break it down. Do I like Harley's boyfriend? It's not for me to like or dislike. Unless he's ill-treating her, then of course I wouldn't like him. but it's a learning platform for her. Is she expecting? I don't know, but let us say that she was. There are going to be challenges, but there'll be blessings. Because this is life. It goes in and out, up and down. I have about 14, 15 girlfriends that we all went to school together when we were 13. Some of us had children super early, in our early 20s. And of course you had me, who I was 49, all the way to the other end. That's life. We pray and we hope for them that they will come out better for it, that perhaps her child will make her more, whatever that may be. But for you to talk about this sister and say her fat face and that she's not pretty, it cuts deep. For that black girl, for that chocolate girl, where you're told you're too black and you're not pretty, I think Quentin missed it. I don't think that he thought it all the way through. It was a bit careless. But we see, when you say that to one, you say that to all of us. When you say fat, you say that to all of us. When you say she's not cute, you say that to all of us. That's one bullet. The second bullet is that you said it to us in front of everybody else. And that's the killer. Because remember I said the black woman is the most disrespected. It's like bringing out a girl in front of the class and dressing her down. That is why this thing has kind of sort of gone viral. Because not even our own black folk, not even our own black brothers protect us. Where do we go? To whom do we turn to? You should have been the big brother and said, well, we don't know. I guess she'll give us an announcement when she can. But she was amazing and she was fantastic in Little Mermaid. I do that because I always want to bring out the good, the best in my black people, in my black sisters, in my black brothers. So that for those that want to bring it down, you know what? He was fabulous at this. You know what? She was fabulous at that. As you very well know, even when it comes to red carpet critiques that I do, I look for the positive because there's positive in every one of us. We have to constantly lift each other up. This didn't have to be a conversation, or you leave it for the little ones to, gossip or whatever. But as a big brother, somebody that has a platform, you should have done that. I think that was what I expected. Because Harley is like my daughter. To be a celebrity that young, to have all your eyes on you that young, to come out every single time hitting it out the park with a great song, with a great film, with great dance moves, that is not sustainable, that's not realistic, that's not human. We are human and we make mistakes. And I think that as a community, it's not the mistakes that we should look at. It's the fact that somebody is prepared and ready to learn. And when you're prepared and ready to learn, go right ahead, mama. The road is not going to be easy, but I'll be here at any turn. We are not perfect in our 20s. I was not. Far from it. I learnt along the way. This woman that you see here and now really was in the last 10, 11 years that I really found myself, that it was like a hand and a glove. It was really kind of in the last 11, 12 years that I said, I know who I am. And I embrace every mistake I've made in the past because that's what brought and led me here. And it will be so for Haley and for Chloe. Chloe didn't do anything wrong. Normal sibling instinct. We quarrel and fight inside the house, but outside, we're together. And that's the point I'm trying to make. We as black people have to stick together outside. Doesn't matter what it is. On the inside, Haley, what are you up to, girl? But not outside. Not outside. Not for other people to jeer at her We don't give you that permission. It's like somebody, scolding your child. You don't have that license. I do. You don't. Whether the child is right or wrong, it's a protective kind of thing. Who are protecting us as black women? Who? We're so strong. And we get these hits all over the place. And I think I can stomach it if at least we have our brothers that stand by us, especially for the younger ones, because God knows that I think Haley would have needed a different approach than the one that Q gave. And I find it strange because Q is he's not usually like this, or maybe I'm missing something, but he's not usually like this. And so he did come back to apologize, but the apology wasn't an apology. It was more to reinforce the fact about what he said, because he went on to say, I do still stand 10 toes deep in what I said, but then I shouldn't have talked about her physical attributes, because Chloe, you were trying to be Little Miss Innocent, now you're trying to be Little Miss Sexy, now you're trying to be gangster. The 15-year-old me is different from the 25-year-old me, from the 35, from the 45, from the 55. It will go on and on and on. And you see, us as women, we are put into boxes all the time. I'm so fed up of it. These are young girls that are going to grow, are going to bloom, are going to get in tune with their sexuality, are going to discover boyfriends, are going to have breakups, are going to wear that crazy makeup, are going to think this is sexy, this is this or whatever. Why are we told what to do by people that are not women? Why? You do not know me. My fellow woman does. My fellow sister does. You don't. Embrace all of the differences, just the way I give you the same grace as a man. Oh, you know what? She's got all of these babies from different baby daddies. But all of these men have so many children from different women. Oh, she's too big, she's too fat, she's too light, she's too dark, she's got chubby cheeks, she's got a fat face, she's not cute, she has to have natural hair, she has to have straight hair. Is she educated? No, she's not educated. No, look at her legs. You compare her to this, to that, or whatever. Constantly the woman that one for fact keeps the generation to generation going. I'm fed up. I'm tired of it. I see it so regularly. Q, when you said that her fat face, those girls that have the same shape of face, right away insecurity. We are put in boxes. We're too old. We're too young. We're too this. We're too that. They hit us left and right. It's not fair. It's not nice. And we as grown-ups have to act like grown-ups. That's the point of it. And so that is my 5 cents on the entire matter. I don't want to start pointing fingers. I'm not going to do that. To what end and why? Nothing justifies pointing fingers back that, you know what, Q made Chloe uncomfortable or said unsavory things about her, so I'm going to say unsavory things about Q. I'm not going to do that. It's just not necessary. I think you just have to address it head on for what it is. And I think that's where we heal, that's where we grow, and that's where we can take accountability for things that we have said that is hurtful. And I wish the sisters the best. Chloe, congratulations. You're a wonderful, beautiful big sister to Harley. That I'm very proud of you, that you did stand up and you said that. And everything else is not my business. Continue to do all that you do and know that you are loved and appreciated. And Chloe, your face is not fat. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. For all of my baby sisters, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are amazing. Continue to shine. And there will be days when people will say things. brush it off and continue, because the greatest form of revenge is success. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you guys sooner than later. All of my love, my darlings.